Oh, hello? Hello, hello, hello? Are we live? I think we are. Hello, welcome. Chelsea 5, Barrow 0. And, I mean, yeah, a lot of positives. A lot of positives to dissect. No more positive than, of course, the hat-trick from the one, the only, Christopher NKUNKU. A fantastic day for him. And again, I want to stress that it is fantastic to see the back and forth that we are seeing from Nicholas Jackson and, of course, Christopher NKUNKU. Yeah, it is. It is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 10 o'clock. Chelsea 5, Barrow 0. And yeah, it doesn't really get much better than that. It doesn't really get much more convincing than that. I think from the 5th minute onwards, it was fairly conclusive. I got a little bit nervous, a little bit shaky in the first 5 minutes. They certainly had chances, to say the least. They just didn't take them very, very well. They hit the post early on. But at the same time, it was offside, or a foul on Jorgensen. Whether you think it was or not is another matter. Again, Christopher NKUNKU with a hat trick, absolutely fantastic to see that from him. We also saw an own goal from their goalkeeper, but a fantastic free kick from Joao Felix. It was. Technically not on target, so it wasn't that good because he missed. It hit the goalkeeper and went in the back of the net. So it could have got to be, it could have been a bit better than that. But yeah, Neto with a goal in the 48th minute. It was pretty much over and done with within the first 8 minutes. Like I say, 4-5 minutes in, it was a little bit shaky, but at the same time. Straight after that, I think there was some good passes. The first real sequence of passes led to the goal, and it was really good. It was really good from then on out. I think it was one of those games where you're really not going to entertain too many people, no less neutral fans or most, I would say. The goals made up for it, I think. And at the very bottom of it all, the very end of it all, it is a fantastic result. 5 goals, another assist, our 3rd in a row. And Alex was saying at the end of the stream just then, I'm not counting that one. It's against Barrow. Fuck that. Do you know what I mean? We struggled for clean sheets for so long. So long. That now we've got 1, we've got 2, now we've got 3. It might be against Barrow, but it all counts, and I'm taking it. In terms of momentum and moving forward, obviously in the grand scheme of things, this isn't going to be a game that you look back on and think, fuck me, that was hard. That was a difficult game. We only really got over that in the end. No, it was a conclusive game. It was a convincing performance in the end, and we've come out on top with... our heads held high, I would say. Only 1 booking in that entire game for Chelsea Football Club. Only 2 in the entire game. Remarkable what can happen when it's a keeper that isn't so card heavy. Jorgensen in goal today. I thought a very strong performance from him. Wasn't tested too much, but then certainly made a couple of really good saves at the same time. Malagusto with an assist came off at half-time for Benjamin Chilwell. Who would have thought we'd see him again? But it was good. It was good to see him back. It was good to see Gusto back as well, I should say, more so, because Gusto is a player that is going to be moving forward with Chelsea. Chilwell, this could very well have been his last hurrah, and not a terrible one, let's be honest. I think he's had better games. I think people were being harsh on him to say that he was, he's so slow, he's so negative to forward movement and all this. Fuck off. Just leave him alone, for Christ's sake. Disassi, again, not a terrible performance from him. He was really, really up there for the corners at one point. and was desperate to get that goal. He was captain today until Ben Chilwell came on. His partner in crime, Badia Shiel, not a terrible performance from him, but not really one to call home about. It was one of those games where it's probably a positive because he didn't do anything wrong for a change. So probably a good performance. Renato Vega, always really, really good to see him play. Really entertaining to watch him play. A quieter game in parts, but also really good moving forwards. Good in defence. Good in the transition. A fantastic overall. Cassidy was a bit of a strange one to see in the starting 11 in any capacity, but at the same time was really good in closing down the midfielders, closing down that forward progression play from Barrow. And just a bit of a bastard, you know, a bit of a nuisance to the other side, and dealt with it well, I thought. It wasn't a bad performance from him, to say the least. On the other hand, we do have Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, who just cannot get a good performance under his belt to save his life. Again, not a terrible performance, to say the least, but just one of those where everyone else seemed to have a better game than him. And it showed. Do you know what I mean? So, unfortunate for him. I think he skied a couple of shots, but really nothing too much to write home about him whatsoever. Maresca will probably be looking, thinking, what are we going to do about him? We've got Neto with a goal. A really good goal from him. Great assist from Mudryk. Give him his flowers. He was there in the right place at the right time with the right pass in the right direction for a change. And it all came up Millhouse in the end for Chelsea Football Club to make it 4-0 at the time. People saying I was being harsh for saying like that's not it's just a fucking, he's just had to pass across goal. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Mudryk when I'm saying this. I'm not trying to take anything away from him when I say this. It's just a very basic pass across goal against a very inferior side in the scheme of things. So right place, right time, great pass, got the assist. That's the main thing I want to take away from this, is that Mudryk has got on the score sheet in the sense of an assist. So great for him. João Felix with a booking. It was very unnecessary. I can't quite remember what it was. Oh, it was a handball running forward and it's just hit him on the arm. He's obviously lunged into it or like put his arm out, but it wasn't like he's gone like this and like swatted it. He's literally just gone like that. So a bit harsh, especially considering, I think, when did he get booked? I don't know. But he got booked and it was rather unnecessary. What is it? The facts. Booking was right at half time, I think. So, you know, we're already 3-0 up at that point. Is it necessary to book him in that scenario? Probably not. Was it stupid from him to get, you know, to handball it there? Probably. Was it avoidable? Yes. So ultimately his fault. Last but not least, and obviously, you know, good to see Achimpong play. Same for Tyreek George. Great to see Carney Chukwuemeka back as well, and Mark Guiu getting some game time as well. But Josh Achimpong and Tyreek George, the two players there that really were, you know, getting people excited to see them play, because we're otherwise not really going to see them play too much. They weren't great. They weren't fantastic, but, you know, very, very nervous, no doubt. And it just didn't really work out for them in the time that they had on the pitch. 25 minutes or so. You can't complain too much. They're very young, for Christ's sake. How old's Josh? Josh Achimpong's 18 and Tyreek George is 18. So give them some fucking chance, you know, give them some... They're not like Mudryk, who's 23, for Christ's sake. But last but not least, the definitive and very, very clear man of the match today, Mr. Christopher Nkunku, who betters Nicholas Jackson's brace the other day against West Ham United by saying, you've got 2, I've got 3, have some of that. 2 really good goals. The first goal was a great flick over the top by João Felix. And then the second one was a lovely little flick into the bottom corner as well. And then the last goal was just showing you, clear as day, how determined he is. How determined he is to fight Jackson for this spot, which Jackson is fighting for as well, and he's doing a very good job at it as well. I was saying, it's not a bad problem to have. Let's be completely honest here. Two players in probably the form of their Chelsea careers. I'm not going to speak for NKUNKU when he was, at Leipzig or whatever. But it's good to see them battling it out. And it's a good problem for Chelsea to have, where we've also, in the past struggled with our front man getting goals. We've now got two players who are going tit for tat, back and forth, scoring goals, game after game after game. It's fantastic to see. And a hat-trick to go with it. Fantastic. With that said, if you're watching on YouTube, please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. If you're watching on TikTok, please keep tapping the screen, follow, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're very close to 9,300. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Should get there in no time, I'll tell you that. With that said, stay safe, all the best. I will see you soon. Goodbye.